Good morning, everybody. Good morning, all you stylists from the break room. What is going on? Good morning, John. Last week, we had some technical difficulties. We had to cut the segment short. So we're continuing on from last week's segment about how organic color is changing and revolutionizing the industry and how that can help your business grow tremendously. You have a huge opportunity. So, John, I think we got to recap a little bit from last week and then get right back into it.
Okay. I don't remember a word of what we said last week.
Oh, Carmelina was asking a lot of questions, man.
Yeah, I think we started to cover the evolution of organic color from back in the day. I mean, we talked about what was the true first organic hair color. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
We went into all that. And then we got into we started to really get into the difference between the early organic formulations in comparison to the modern day organic formulations. But before we get into that, and it's a statistic that you put out there a lot, and I've only heard it about 100 times. I just can't remember it. It's because I'm old and I'm starting my brain. What is hold on a second. What is the figure that you put out there for the amount of with the FDA? How much organic matter has to be in it for it to be considered organic?
Oh. Okay, so
I'm hitting you out of left field with this.
So you have to have you have to have a minimum of 9 to 11 ingredients. So for example, if you have just for simple math's sake, if 9 to 11 ingredients have to be organic, if you have 100 ingredients, then that only represents 10% of your overall freaking product.
Right. Okay. I knew it was something like that.
But so I don't know, so if you only have 7 ingredients and like, yeah, it's goofy as hell. Marketing is son of a bitch. You really have to pay attention to what you're listening to. The whole purpose of marketing is to make you excited, to get you hooked, to pay attention. And we all do it. It's what a pickup line is when you're trying to get a girl. It's what you're watching a TV, you're watching a comedian. He builds up the punchline and then he hits you with it and you're laughing your ass off. Marketing is done on a daily basis more than we realize. Now, when it comes to products, yeah, we really got to pay attention. And this is why in the beginning, there was not very good marketing. I think this is where it cut out last week, was there isn't really good marketing involved when it comes to organic color. And it's kind of why in the beginning, it really was a hard sell. It was a very, very hard sell between how things was back then with mentality and society and then how organic was being pushed. It didn't have a good hook. It didn't have a good sales pitch. It was rough, man. It was rough. And then even back then, it was the beginning of it. So the way it worked sometimes. It didn't work all the time. It wouldn't work the way we wanted it to work. I'll even say my own thing. It didn't know. Science is fun, but science is dumb. It don't know what you want it to do. It only knows what you tell it to do. And we were mixing it how we would be mixing traditional color, and we'd be like, this thing doesn't work.
It doesn't work. That's my favorite, It doesn't work.
You were telling me something before we went live. We were goofing off. I don't know if you want to touch on that, but it was like even the way we were pitching it to clientele was so goofy.
Right, right. I mean, how really? Oh God, because it was so funny. Because I painted myself into a corner a couple of times where I had client look at me and go, "So wait, so what you're telling me is what you were using on me before wasn't good for me?"
Yes. Hey, here's me. Yeah, yeah. This is so much better. They're like, of course, let's switch to that. Okay, it only costs 30% more than what you were paying. It's like, wait, you've been using crap on me, and now that you've got to use the good stuff, I have to pay more for the good stuff. Uh, yeah, it's premium.
Premium. Oh my God, that's my favorite. It's
It's
a
premium. It's like going to the pump at the gas station. You can have this crap ass 87, or you could pay $3 more per gallon for 90. 92.
marketing. It's marketing.
No, I mean there is truth to it. I'm not saying the better gas, the premium gas at the pump isn't good. I just
You
that's
get
how
backed
we
into
were
it.
taught in
Yeah,
this
you got to be
thing.
careful of not back yourself into a corner. But so
Oh,
I
goodness.
really I want to my question is the true change in, especially with hair color and organic hair color and the botanical hair colors, really everything changed really when the USDA got involved, didn't it?
You know, that was at the time we were all complaining so hard. Oh, the government's taking oversight on the beauty industry. Oh, they're going to pass all these sweeping regulations. Oh, we're not going to be able, your hair color's never going to work again. You know how many clients were giving me extra money to buy up as much as their color formula as possible before the reformulation went into effect?
Right?
And I'm like, okay, but they're making the ingredients healthier and better. Like you're wanting to buy the chemical based stuff that hasn't been good for you. They're like, yeah, no, I want all the chemicals. Give me all, give me all the radiation.
When the salon I was at the time, we had boxes
Oh,
and boxes of color because everybody was so freaked out that the USDA was going to get involved, and color wasn't going to work anymore. It's
and
not
really,
going to
what
work. It's going to
you
be a
know
lot
what?
of bad tubes, and now here we are years and years later, and um, I think actually I'm covering gray better now than I was back then.
We are covering gray better now than back then. Okay, here's a trip down memory lane in comparison. We put color on now, and then it sits. We hang out, we goof off, we talk. We get a bite to eat, grab. God forbid. Back then, we would have to do so many steps. We would have to add so many things into our formula. And then my favorite thing was you would hand a coffee stir or you would hand a brush to the client. You tell them not to dig so hard, right? The percentages of ammonia, and that was the whole rise of MEA back then too, was because the percentages of ammonia was so high in hair color. There was no standardization, right? That's where ammonia free became such a thing, and this is where MEA really became such a thing. And back then, it made sense. Except nowadays, we've figured it out that it's actually worse. It's not better. But ammonia free is such a marketing buzz term that everybody is trying to go with it.
Yeah,
And it's fascinating to me how ammonia is, I'm not going to say it's making a comeback, but it's starting. Like the ammonia free doesn't have the buying power that it used to have, or the marketing power that it used to have,
no.
which is kind of interesting. I
Well,
find that kind of interesting.
well, I think that once again, I mean, we're going to go back to the whole marketing thing because if we really think about it, ammonia bad, but your body makes ammonia.
Very
You
true.
you produce ammonia. So wouldn't ammonia technically be organic?
Well, not. I mean, technically, yeah, it is organic,
Yeah.
but it's so funny. You know how much fun do we have in class
Oh,
when we bring up a survey to see how many hairdressers think organic is a chemical, and how
yeah,
many hands get raised up,
yeah,
and then the few people that don't raise their hands, when I ask them, like, why did you not raise your hands? It's like, well, since you're asking the question, there must be a trick question. So I wasn't sure what to do. Is there like a maybe in between? Can I raise my hand like halfway? I'm freaking laughing. I'm like,
yeah.
little good catch, but yeah, no, you gotta commit to an answer. It's
So,
so funny.
so here's a fun statistic for you.
Mm,
And you know me and my statistics.
nerd.
In 2024, how many billion dollars was clean beauty? Was the clean beauty market?
I remember you talking about this a while back in a previous like 16, 18 billion, something like that.
You're close. $22 billion clean
As of
beauty
last
market.
year.
Huh?
You said 2024. You said last year, 22.
Yeah, last year. I don't have the figure. We don't have the figure for 25 yet.
Man.
Okay?
Hey,
Guys, think about that. $22 billion. I'll take 10. I'll take 1% of that.
absolutely. I'll take a 0.5% of that, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. You make a
I'm
good
gonna
living.
and really to look at that and think about just having a 0.5% of that. You take into account, and I'm gonna go back to when you and I were on the Profitable Stylist podcast not that long ago. What was the number? How many dollars an hour do you have to generate to be $100,000 a year hairdresser?
It was $48 and some change. I always forget the
Right,
change.
right.
Um,
$48
yeah.
and change an hour. If
And
you're 40
and
hours a
you've got
week
a
behind
hundred
the
thousand
chair,
dollar income.
okay? To be 100, because right, everybody measures their success if they're $100,000 or over, they're a successful hairdresser, right?
Yeah, that six-figure income. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
6-figure income. So really think about that. If you position yourself not only as a great stylist and cutter, but if you can tap in to the clean beauty market at 22 billion, if you can just tap into a touch of that, that'll take you well past
Mm-hmm.
that that $100,000 a year threshold. And that's not even taking into account then the gratitude of your clients, the difference in their hair that you make, which then builds what? Loyalty. So really, I really think that those that are missing, I hate to use the word missing out. Those that are not tapping into this really should take a good hard look at it, at least and see where it fits inside your business, right?
Well, how much is it costing you not to do it?
Well, that's that great question. How much is
Right.
it costing not to do it?
I mean, think about that. How many times in class do we have a stylist come and it's like, oh, why are you at this class? It's like, well, I'm sick and tired of everybody asking me about it. I'm sick and tired of everybody talking about it. I'm sick and tired of keep saying, I don't do it, I don't have it. So I just want to learn how to do organic hair color now. I just want to learn how to do cleaner hairdressing now. I just want to, and then insert in whatever your pain is right there and whatever your frustration is. And it's like, okay, fine. Welcome aboard. Thanks for showing up. I'm all for it. But how long has it been that it got to the point where you're sick and tired of getting nagged, or your business, you're seeing another opportunity? Just think about that. How long you waited, how much you left behind there. Or what was the expression you say? Like how much
Money you
you
leave
left,
on the table.
you left on the table, right? Yeah, So, and I'm not saying dwell on the past. I'm just saying, think about it. You hear this all the time. So if you're listening to this now and you're thinking about it, stop thinking, do something. Good or bad, right or wrong, make a decision. Do something. Because if you're just sitting there on the fence waiting to see how anything is going to play out, okay, fine. I'm all for that for a little bit. But how long is you got to wait before you start at least researching, at least take a class, at least try it on one person, try it on yourself. I don't know what to tell you to motivate you to do. You got to do. You can't just talk. You can't just sit, watch, wait. Okay? You got to participate. You got to do something about it. You're missing out. Look, what are some of these numbers? You love your stats. What are some of these numbers, man?
As far as,
because I know some of them.
Okay, so really, if you can, let's talk. What's the biggest thing that you've? What's the first thing that you were ever hit with knowledge-wise once you got behind the chair? What was the metric? Was your average ticket price, right?
Well, yeah. How what's your average ticket price, and how do you build your ticket? Everything was
exactly.
How do you build your ticket?
So, according to the research that was done, with adding organic, let's just talk organic hair color. With adding organic hair color to your menu option, we'll call it that, a menu option. You can increase. Hold on, I made notes. It's probably when you write with a Crayola. But your average ticket increases 30 to 40%.
Okay, I'll tell you why that's huge. Increasing your ticket 30 to 40%. We used to go to the owner and all the time, oh, I need a raise. I want more commission. I raise my commission percentage. And the owner would always say, I'm not raising your commission percentage. You're at a good percentage. Raise your ticket prices if you want to make more money. And then we'd go back to the chair and we'd be all aggravated. I can't raise my prices. What am I going to do? Mrs. So-and-so is going to get aggravated. So then we would justify not raising the service price, but we would do more services, or we would add on more things off, and try to build up that way. We would hustle every other way beyond what we were already hustling to try to make the service worth more. 30, 40% just across the board, just a flat increase across the board. That's major. That's huge. That's what, another 30 grand a year. Like if you're already making six figures to begin with, if you're making 100 grand to begin with, that's another 30 grand. And if you're not making 100 grand, then that's an extra $10,000 to $15,000 a year more than what you're making now.
Now, and I'll let the genie out of the bottle with the color line that you and I both use and love, and we love all nutrient. It's a 3.5 ounce tube for less than the cost of a 2 ounce tube of whatever, right? So really, you're adding, but you're subtracting, because the overhead cost for your salon owner or yourself, you're getting a lower cost per application, which increases. Does that make sense, guys? Or am I
it
talking?
It makes total sense. We have done so many presentations to salon owners. And the thing what blows everybody away is we literally have shown them using all nutrient hair color can save you 30 to 40% against what your current bottom line is for your cost of doing business. Inventory control, on your current color line.
Right.
You can save 30 to 40%. That is a huge saving. And then you're using certified organic hair color. So now what? You're raising your prices on your services. You're lowering your costs for supply, your profit margin just increases that much more.
Right.
It's a no-brainer. It's a win-win all the way around. Your clients are happy. They're getting great color. You're happy. You're not taking it in the back, bending over trying to supply good product to the stylist. Stylists are happy. The stuff works. So they don't have to worry about, the dreaded gray coverage. I mean, it's a win-win-win.
It's bad too.
Back to it.
Bad too. This color line doesn't work.
But I'll tell you, this is okay. So here's my favorite thing. The client retention rate increases. This is something stylists complain about all the time. Okay. The average retention rate is about 76%. When you start providing organic services and color, and especially with certified organic, you can back this stuff up. You can make a plan with your client. They actually appreciate what you're doing for them. They can see and feel the difference. From 76%, that jumps up to 94% retention. That is some insane stats. You're locking in your client. You are absolutely locking in your client. You still have to have a personality, but you don't have to rely so much on your personality, and that's the biggest win for me. That's why I know that statistic by heart,
Well, and then to go along with that though, then, according to what we discovered is the retail attachment. Now, here's the dirty word. Here's the retail. Retail. You have to retail. And here's the fun part with the organic, and especially with All Nutrient and their retail. You're getting an 85% retail rate compared to the average 32%. Now
that is massive.
I'm gonna here's my favorite scenario ever. I tell a client about a product, I put it in her flipping hand. What is the first thing she does? She whips out her phone and she goes to Amazon.
Yeah, okay? I don't know how you always have your clients doing that.
Okay. Well, that's because you make your clients blow dry their own hair.
So they can't hold their phone. So they have to use the product. So that's the difference. I teach my clients how to do stuff.
But yeah, it's, there is method to your madness. I understand it. But, and it's like, I can't beat Amazon. Yes, you can. You can beat Amazon. Match the price right then and there, and they get to take it home with them. And especially if you live in Illinois, you won't have to pay the new dollar tax that Illinois is trying to put on Amazon deliveries.
So here's a crazy thing. That whole thing about Amazon, and I can buy it online less, is not a thing anymore.
No.
There was a new regulation that was put out. All retailers online have to sell for the same price, and they have to sell at the market price. And if they're undercutting market price and selling it for less, the manufacturer can pull their license to sell online. So even that is not a thing anymore. The biggest thing, what I see about online sales, is the fact that a lot of stylists, for whatever reason, don't inventory product on hand because they don't have the room for it, because they don't like selling, because whatever their reasons are. But what makes less sense to me is they don't even offer to get it for their clients. Well, what? I'm going to ask her to come back when she could just get it delivered? Yes.
It gets her through the door again.
It's an errand. Have her while she's running errands. Oh, when are you going to be back in this area? Oh, on, I don't know, Wednesday or whatever, next week. Have it for her. Let her swing by. This past weekend, one of the stylists had to go do wedding hair. So she wasn't at the shop, right? You know how many clients stopped in on Saturday? Oh, is Sabrina in? No, not this weekend. Oh, just tell her I says hi. Yeah, okay.
Right.
And here, and then they hang out for another couple minutes. How you doing, Eddie? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Talk, talk, talk. And then they leave. Oh, can I get a candy? Can I get a cup of coffee for the road? Yeah. You want me to make it for you? Help your No, it's okay. I know you're busy. All right, help yourself.
Well, you've also been known to offer to change the oil in their car and stuff like that too.
Because it builds the relationship.
Exactly.
All right. I will drain all the oil out of your car. I ain't putting any new one in, but that couple hours that you're there for, I have you hostage. And it builds the relationship, and then we have such a laugh. Oh, remember that time where your car blew up because, I don't know how to change oil? And they're like, yeah, they're not laughing about it. I am. I think it's hilarious.
I agree.
What is that called? You're building a core memory. That's what's trending right now, right? Building core memories.
So then I guess the last figure that we've really got to touch on, and it's another taboo. And I'm going to sound like such an old man, and I apologize, but what's the rebooking rate with that we've found with organic clients?
What I'm going to tell you is this. I don't understand the whole rebooking argument. This whole concept of, I'll just let the client, oh, should we book you another appointment? And then the client says something along the lines of, no, it's okay. I'll check my book. I don't know. My schedule's crazy, right? And then the stylist says, okay. And then the client walks out the door. And then what happens? 6 weeks go by, 8 weeks go by, 10 weeks go by. And then you get the call from the client frantic. I just realized it's been so long since I last seen you. I really need to get in right now. And now the stylist is scrambling, trying to come in earlier, stay later, push other clients out of the way to free up space, cut other services short to squeeze that person in. If your client says they don't know their schedule because it's frantic, all the more reason to put something tentative on the book. At least at a minimum. Look, I have a client. She's a realtor, real estate lady. Mm-hmm. She sells houses, right? And she never knows her schedule. It's all over the place. She's mental. So what I do with her is 5 weeks out. That's her thing. Her frequency is 5 weeks. So 5 weeks out on a Monday. The salon's even closed on Monday. But on a Monday, I put myself a note, call her. And then let's say, hey, by the way, it's been 5 weeks. This is about the time that you need your hair colored. When do you want to come in? I know your schedule's crazy. What's your week looking like? Oh my God, thank you for calling. Blah, 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 blah. I have this event to go to next week. I really got to get my hair done. Oh, okay. Well, we're on the phone now. Let's do this. Or everybody likes to, I'm old. I call people. Start texting somebody. Email somebody, Insta somebody, I don't know, DM somebody. I don't care how you do it. Freaking do it. That's the difference.
Yep.
And then before they leave, don't say, should we book? My favorite thing to do, everybody complains about Hallmark holidays and calendar fatigue or celebration fatigue, or I don't know what the hell the word is for it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, Halloween's coming up. I hate Halloween. Fair enough, but all the more reason then come spend it with me at the salon. Oh, I love Halloween. All the more reason you should come get your hair done so you can be ready for trick or treat. Thanksgiving's coming up. Oh my God, the family's coming over. Well, you better get your hair done so you can show off. Because that cousin is whatever, so-and-so. You hate her, you want to look better than her, right? Come on in. Oh, I love Thanksgiving. All the more reason to come in. Then you look good. Your hair is done. You get to celebrate with everybody that you have. I don't care if you like it or hate it. I'm throwing a landmark out there for your brain to be like, oh, there is something happening and I need to be part of it or against it. And I am going to make you look good, your best, so you can hate it at your best or love it at your best. Okay? I'm here for the ride. I'm just here to do your damn hair. Okay. That's my life. Christmas. What do you want in January? It's National Cold Day. What is that? I don't know, but it's on the calendar. Let's all freeze our butts off together in negative 50 freaking degree wind chill January. Okay. While we
I've
drive
done
to
that with you.
right. Freaking February. It's Valentine's, March, Madness. What is that? I have no idea, but I'm all for it. April, Fools. You know? May, Memorial. Like every month has a thing.
You give them landmarks. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What is March Madness, anyways? I'm a putz. I don't know what March Madness even
March
is.
Madness? I think that's that's basketball.
Okay. All the more okay, I'm not into basketball, so okay, it makes sense. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Isn't March also St. Patty's Day?
I thought that's February.
St. Patrick's Day.
Is it in February or is it March?
Don't I feel dumb right now?
God, we're idiots.
We gotta
delete this part.
Seriously. You know.
So anyway,
it's March because February has Valentine's. Nobody's talking about green leprechauns.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I stand corrected. I'm an idiot. That's all right. Look, at my age, time is just blending all together.
I'm gonna put you out to pasture pretty soon. You keep talking.
I can't wait to be the old guy sitting on my front stoop in the rocking chair yelling at the kids. Get off my grass. You know, I used to be a colorist.
Yeah, I used to be a colorist. I scored 4 colors in high school. Well, you gonna start doing the Bundy thing? I scored 4 touchdowns in high school football. Yeah, right, exactly.
We're going way sideways here, big guy.
All right. So
okay, so let me just give you the figure for the rebooking rate.
Yeah.
It was according to 2024, your organic or clients, 88% of a rebooking rate in comparison to a 65% traditional. So
wow.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Wow. 20.
So now my question is, and we kind of touched on it just now. Would there be, in your experience with organic color, is there a different timeline for the client to follow as far as A, touch up, B, maybe even doing a refresher? Is there a different timeline, or is it the same timeline as conventional hair color?
At the end, okay, so I understand your question. I think I understand your question. I think it's a misconception. Your hair still grows, so you're still going to have outgrowth. You need to come in to get it done. But the one thing that's different is you can feel the quality of the hair improve. And when somebody can tangibly feel the difference, that's a good positive thing. They want more of that. So then you get them on a schedule coming in at a normal frequency on a schedule. That's the difference. That's the biggest difference more than anything else. The other thing I'll say is this. It lasts longer, so you don't have to refresh as much. So now you can do your own version of marketing. And something that I do a lot is I'll say, look, all right, we got you touched up today and I pulled it through. So you are set. So you just got to come in. We just got to do your, I know it's a new growth, but you say the roots to the clients because they don't understand unless you teach them properly. But, come in just for a root touch up. It'll be a quickie. You're in and out. They're literally still sitting there the same amount of time. But if you say it to them that way and it puts them into that mindset, they're like, oh, cool, sweet. Yes, exactly. And then they come in, I'm in a rush today. This is the quickie one today, right? Like, yes, ma'am, we're doing a drive-through. Get in, get out, boom, done, next. Next time they come in, another touch-up. Next time they come in, then you do a touch-up and a pull-through. I don't know which way you're doing this, but the conversation changes as well, too. and they're more involved with their hair and what's happening with their hair rather than, you did it and you talk about everything but what you are doing. And you
Right.
get to actually be a professional and talk about your job. So yeah,
Right.
I think that conversation, if that's what you're referring to, then yeah, the conversation completely shifts
Right.
in the
Right.
best way positive.
Right. So I really want to talk about some strategies. Let's say you are Eddie Hairdresser. You see these two idiots talking on this podcast about organic hair color. Your interest is piqued. You want to at least dip your toe in the pool. I want to see if this is something that really I could market and maybe transition some of my clients into. How do
Okay.
you start the conversation with your client?
Don't listen to two idiots talking about it every week.
True.
Google it. Google it. The the
Chat
way
GPT.
Chat GPT. Yeah. Yeah. Have chat tell you. Oh my God. The that's becoming its own genre in itself, is the crack ass responses that thing gives to some stuff. It's good for some stuff, but for a lot of stuff, it, as they say, it needs to cook a little longer. That thing needs time to cook, man. The the conversation with the client, I always tell my clients every time I see them, when they ask me what's going on with you, what's new with you, you could take that one of two ways. You could take that as the invite to start telling them about the kids and about the spouse and about the job and life and how much you yawn. Like you can go on and on about that. Or you can say, I just took this class. I just read this article. I just studied this thing. I just learned this. I say that to my clients all the time. They think, well, I guess I am the biggest nerd, but
You are.
I am not trying to hide it. That is my strength. I play to my strength. And it is exciting because I'm always telling them the next thing that's coming. I just figured this out and this is what I'm doing to you today. I'm so glad you came in this week because I just learned this. And you were the first person I thought of, even though you're the 13th person I've seen today or this week or whatever, you know. And next time I see you, I'm going to be learning about this. So I'm interested to see how this could potentially work for you or benefit you. And every time they come in, they're excited because they know you've got your finger on the pulse and you're on top of it. That's how you start. It's just natural. It shouldn't be a script. It shouldn't be a forced thing. It should be
Right.
something that you really are excited about and you should be doing. You should be reading every day. You should. I don't care what you read, but read freaking something. Don't just get stuck in watching and consuming. Use the imagination a little bit and think about work while you're at work. Too many people go to work and they're like, oh my God, almost noon, almost lunch, almost break time, almost time to clock out, and then they're home. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Oh, exactly. Exactly. Right? If your job sucks, it's because you suck. There's got to be something about that job that you have to enjoy doing. And if it's only the paycheck and nothing else, then freaking thanks God it's Friday. Then you get payday. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. There is parts of our job that sucks and I don't enjoy it, but I still do it. I make a game out of it. There are parts of the job that are really enjoyable and I look forward to it. There are, relationships is the same way, life, everything. You have a choice to be a crabapple or you have a choice to, I don't know, somehow engage with it to make it worth your while. It's 90% of it's mental, man. Only 10% of it is actual anything. I'm gonna start cussing. Just take over. It worked out.
Hey, I
I,
want to see in the comments. Who wants to hear Eddie cuss?
I
I'm kidding. I'm
the
kidding.
cussing I do, half of it is legitimate, and then the other half of it is just stuff I make up because, again, creative, because I'm using my creativity.
Um, I have to agree with you on everything that you just said. But I think the coolest thing is the job that we do. It's never the same day in and day out. It is different. The different personalities that sit in your chair, the different and fulfilling the needs of each and every client that comes in. And I think that that's really where you can position yourself as someone in the know about organic. Um, and you can technically, ideally, and I did it. You can switch every one of your clients over to organic, because when I left where I was before and I came here, I went solely with all nutrient. I didn't bring another color line in. Um, I have a couple of tubes, stray tubes, for my clients that didn't want to give it up. Um, they tried, but it just, really, honestly, and I swear, I have a client, I love her. She's amazing. She's in her mid-70s. She's like, if it isn't burning, it's not working.
I love it. I love it.
She's like,
Awesome.
this doesn't burn. I know it's not going to cover. And it was maybe just an eighth of a shade off, the transition from the old color to the organic. It was like an eighth of it. I saw a little bit of it. She's like, this didn't work. Get me my old color. I love her to death. So we, as I'm brushing it on, you can smell the ammonia. She's happy. Okay, she's happy. And but just like what you said though, and along your lines is, we have her set up. It is 2 singles, third one is a pull through. 2 singles, third one is a pull through. Okay, and here let me and let's touch on something. We're going to move off organic for just a minute, okay? Because we've got just a couple minutes left. When you mix extra color, do you charge for it?
When you mix extra color,
for your pull through? Do you charge for your pull through?
I charge for the pull through because I do, but I know what you're saying. A lot of stylists don't, and they just either mix up a little extra color in the bowl because they know they're going to pull it through, or they just, whatever's left in the bowl that they used for the touch-up area, they're using that to pull through. And there's just all kinds of wrong with all of that scenario all the way around. Anyways, I'm answering your question. Yes, I do.
Okay. Because my question is, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is, I was with a couple of stylists not that long ago, and they were like, "What do you mean you charge for your?" We were talking about pull throughs. She goes, "What do you mean you charge for your pull through?" I go, "Is that not extra color? Did you not have to mix more color up?" I go, "When's the last time you went to the emergency room?" I said, "Did you look at the itemized bill? Everything you get charged for? Do you know how much 2 Tylenol or 2 ibuprofen cost you in the emergency room?"
$75.
Right? Right? That you can, I think on the high end, you can buy the little packets in the gas station for like $1.99. My point being is, and it goes back to what we were talking about earlier today, is leaving money on the table. Why do we leave money on the table?
So this is what I was saying to you. I have to correct myself. If I like the client, I don't charge them. If I don't like the client, I do charge them. That's why I leave money on the table. Because it's a feeling. We work with feelings. And I feel good when I do something nice.
Throw her a conditioning treatment. Take a little extra conditioner, comb it through, put a plastic cap on her head, stick her under the dryer. Product costs money. Yeah, I'm that guy, guys. I'm that guy. Product costs money, okay? And why? Why? So if you foil with two separate colors, do you just charge one price, or do you charge extra for the extra color?
Am I flirting with the client, or am I just doing the client's hair?
Well, you better not be flirting with no one, because I know your wife and she will stab you.
No, she tells me to get to work because, I need to make the tips.
So that's my point. Thank you for proving my point.
It's not. It's just a tip.
Yeah. No.
What?
Uh-uh.
I'm not going past that. Okay. It's just, you got
okay. I'm gonna close this whole thing off with your favorite term ever. Okay, you ready? How do you feel about positioning this as a organic products and/or color as a premium service?
You got to get behind that. Okay. That is just not. It's so fake. I'm very opinionated about this. You're just faking it, man. And I'm gonna start moaning and groaning all about this. I can't.
Well, you got 3 minutes.
I can't. No, I don't like it.
I have to
follow that. I don't like it.
I tend to agree with you, because then you are opening yourself up for a can of worms with your clients. So wait, the service you've been giving me before wasn't premium?
Right. Yeah, it's a problem.
It's a problem. How about positioning it as an alternative service, as something that's going to be we've been taking great care of your hair. We're going to take better care of your hair. We have this new technology. There's a lot that you can do to position it, but premium service, I choke on that.
Yeah.
Okay. It downplays everything else that you do. I disagree with the premium service. Eddie and I both recommend that you don't position it that way. If you wade into the waters with us, I think you alter it is as another service in your toolbox, and don't. And Eddie brought it up earlier, and we're going to close out with this. Talk to your clients just like you're having a conversation with your fellow stylist, without all the swear words. Unless there's some clients that want you to swear. But talk to them that way. Don't read from a script. Don't, it's got this and this and this and this and this. It sounds mundane. You're not going to really move someone with it. Talk to your clients about it. Organic, really, guys, is the next wave. Eddie can reach out to Eddie if you want the statistics that we compiled. And actually, Carmelina compiled the statistics for us, so we have to thank her for that. She's off earning a paycheck today because, Eddie's chased most of his clients away. But
that make me the trophy wife?
Huh?
Does that make me a trophy wife?
Yeah, it makes you something. That's not a trophy wife.
It makes me something.
It makes you something.
I'm taking us out.
Take us out, my friend. Guys, see you next week.
Appreciate you all watching. Go check out htbbeauty.com. Give us a shout out. Ask us questions. See what kind of help you need, what kind of education we could provide you. Go out there, have fun, make a difference, one client at a time.
Come to our color classes.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.